Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Galactic Civilizations for Supernova and our playthrough as the Iconian Refuge, not the Phalanoids. We're at war with the Phalanoids. Freshly at war with the Phalanoids. We have an invasion fleet on the way in. We've got Diamonic armor composites. I believe our fleets to be a match, but this war is definitely pissed off a lot of people, so that's something we have to be aware of. We have a look at the Phalanoid fleets. They do have a lot of ships relative to ours, so that's a thing we're going to have to be aware of. And in terms of military, we really don't have that much. We have like a fleet sort of over here that we were going to send out to grab up resources, but I think this is a waste of ships. If I consider that I have two planets over here that are undefended, two sources of production, military production that is relative, like reasonable military production that will also be fairly undefended. We have one fleet over here of reasonable strength. I would say they're actually fairly strong. They can hold this planet easily, and it looks like we've got way too many ships here as is. So let's move you guys out. Seems like we've got one spare Reclaimer version 2. Let's send him back to defend or link up with this fleet. We're actually going to keep this fleet as a defensive fleet for now. We'll decide where our constructor needs to go, but I would like something protecting our shipyards over at Ivy. Something. So let's send our ships down that way. You guys stay and defend this shipyard, and you guys continue the mission to take Claire 2. That's going to give us the ship range we need to push into their homeworld, hopefully. We can even fire some missiles at this planet. We go hard. With those opening moves for the war accomplished, I think it's time we send it. We also have some ships on this planet. What do we have here? A couple cruisers and a flagship. That flagship doesn't need to be here. Let's send you out. Board anybody. I think on the front lines is a pretty bad place to be scanning these anomalies. Not a great flagship for fighting, but we do see some anomalies up this way that we could possibly make use of. So let's send him actually out over this way in this region. With those opening moves done, we've got Diamonics coming down the pipelines. We'll see what we get after that. Back on our planet, we are boosting out research, so that'll finish up quite quickly. And now that we're at war, we should also be seeing a bonus to our military, right? Seeing your military score is a little bit difficult, however. But there is the mass mobilization bonus. So yes, we do get the extra manufacturing while we're at war. We have the mass mobilization executive order as well. It's something that we want to keep an eye on. Get wrecked, little bro. All right, a museum is opening a display about our life. We could get some extra culture points here. I think we're going to increase collectivism. That'll help us get our collectivism stuff a bit faster. Home planet suffering from a natural disaster. I'm sorry, Zalati. Although, being at war, I think we will do our best to maintain relationships wherever possible. You are heading home on the defense. You guys are still swinging down this way. I think everything is fine. Everything is fine. We do see a set of ships over here. It's a no casualty fight, and I think we take those where we can. We have a group of pirates over here. Try to sort them out. No casualty. Good place to blood this fleet. Sort of clear the way. There is a starbase here that we can just take over. It says we'll take moderate casualties. I don't love that. I do think we'll send all of these ships to the front lines. And if we could just pick up this mining starbase, that's still really decent for us. I think we are clear to move in. The 1 month invasion. See if we can clean up the ship that is defending in orbit. Nope. That's all right. 1 month on that invasion. That is fine. I think we'll park you boys over this way. Maybe even right adjacent to this and start hitting it with missiles. Wear it down a little bit. Get you to meet up with these guys. You go after that anomaly over here. See if we find something interesting. We're still harvesting Gigamass over this way. That's good news. And a pair of cruisers. I think we'll move out the cruiser. We'll just leave one to defend the planet for the approval bonus. And I think this is all looking fairly good for now. We are sitting on a lot of cash. Let's see if there's any good leaders to recruit. +1 culture point when recruited. Prime as a governor and a time traveler. We do have the Minister of Defense. We absolutely do want that Minister of Defense, and he would seem to be a very good Minister of Defense. We'll plug him in there. That's an extra 10% to planetary, plus 10% on our HP. Very nice. A good little bonus. We'll accept. Still haven't really seen a response out of the Phalanoids. But okay. We have Diamonic Armor Composites. That's Diamonic's armor, which is actually pretty good. Plus the 10% to our armor rating is a pretty huge deal. What do we got? I see Fleet Resupply. That's an extra cruiser in all of our ships. Plus it leads on to other tech that we would like. Let's go ahead and grab that. Approval is looking really good on all of our planets. Love to see it. Not so much this one, but we did steal this from the AI. It'll come online. It'll come online. Let's get you boys here. Is this really a moderate casualties? It is. I don't love that. Let's maybe just chip away. Wait for some real firepower to be added into this fleet. New Iconia, what are you producing for me? Reclaimers 1.1s. Let's get those. We probably should update with better armor, perhaps. You know, don't even bother. Just make a beeline for this front. All right, Claire is ours. Do we stop off with Claire 2 is the question. There's also some thulium here that we can pick up. Where would that mining starbase be? Let's have a look for it. I do think we want it. Why are these so hard? All right, we take a big no casualty, total loss fight over here. That's great news for us. Bunch of frigates, bunch of bombers, and one cruiser. Technically, on paper, they are much stronger than us. Like their fleet rating, their combat rating is much higher. But we got the HP. That's great news for us. That's a total loss back on the ruined ring world. They have a lot of ships there. We also see a lot of ships over this way. The good news is it's a winning fight for us. The bad news is it's what I would consider to be a Ferric victory. Let's maybe add this ship in. Might make the difference. Our missile attacks here are pretty weak. But it did cost them a ship. And it's a no casualty fight. We'll take those every day of the week. More ships go down. Still can't quite take out this base here. But we do have Claire and we do have a level. And that's a pretty big deal. I think we want to go in with Durantium Forge. 21 attacks will probably become a little bit higher. Let's actually get Durantium Forge. It had 21 attack on the kinetics. Now up to 24. That all tracks. Yeah, let's take over this planet too. Might as well. 10 months. Excuse me. Oh. You're all alone. Why did you fly out all alone? Cancel that. Yes. Right. Another tactical blunder there. Now we can take out this mining starbase with no casualties. What is with this mining starbase? Why is it so thick? Advanced defenses. Starbase defense systems for shields. 340 shields. Kinetics, missile, and beam attacks aplenty. Oh my. They've beefed up their mining starbases. That's nutty. We've accomplished our objectives, end our campaign. We could offer a ceasefire or press on. I kind of want to extend the ceasefire. There's more to be gained. I need you guys to meet up and just make a nice big army over here. We'll keep the reclaimers coming. Fleet resupplies are about to finish. That means more cruisers. The ruined ring world here is under assault, but I think we have enough. This should be enough. Let's get some missile attacks out there. 0 to 18. Still got 2 ships. No casualties, total loss. I love it. This is all going amazingly well for us. So far, so good. Our explorers have uncovered an Honorian weapon core within the ancient capsule. This advanced device appears to be a compact energy amplifier. We get fractured singularity, plus 3 to weapon attacks, but 1 movement. I could see a use for that. We will accept your fractured singularity. Would really like, this is now a light casualties. What? I think we chill. There is a light casualty fight over here. They're starting to throw in more cruisers, but the light casualty would probably be to these escort frigates. That's what they're there for. Plus we had the benefit of defending our starbase. That's a level for ISO Shadow. Every level is actually very important. A word of warning, the Drengan Empire have a strong military presence. Proceed with caution. Thank you for the warning, Mr. Human. I appreciate you. Go ahead and take a level. I think Alarium cells could be good. More HP. Don't get me wrong. An extra 20% HP is actually a pretty big deal. I think 1 upgrade into that is good. Is pretty good. Back on this planet, we don't really do too much here. I think the coordination beacon, I actually would like it. The extra control per month is really nice. We don't really need the Holo Theater. We're plenty happy. So yeah, we might as well build the coordination beacon. Maybe there's an argument to be made to terraform this and get some more military here, extra production, something like this for this planet. Pretty decent. All right, no casualty fights I can go with. We'll quick battle that out, take over this. We do get to keep all of the modules that they put on it, which is great news. And now we have a source of thulium, plus a place that we can potentially fight from. And we do see some ships inbound, so that's good. The enemy is making a final desperate plea. Allow them to surrender. We will decline the surrender. Would still very much love to make a push into their home world. I just don't think this fleet has the chops. 1 month on that siege. Maybe once we get fleet resupply and we add a couple more ships in here, we could push into their home territory. But remember, we get a very big bonus for fighting defensively. I would love to show that to you. But it's basically an extra 25% from Paranoid to all of our ships, which is not nothing. All right, you guys have a movement of 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9-ish. We want you guys to sweep around this way. Don't want you boys being caught out. This fleet should be fine right there. What is in this fleet? Frigates, some siege, one cruiser. Yeah, we should be able to hold this, no problem. A somewhat more serious fleet is on the way. Despite our prodigious strength compared to the Iconian Refuge, we find you have knowledge we still lack. We're at war with you and you're begging for diamonics. No. No, sir. Light casualties, total loss. Is it worth it? What's in this fleet? A couple cruisers. Maybe we can soften them up first. We won't be able to make the attack happen anyway because after you siege a planet, you lose your movement for the turn. We've got 2 big fleets here of 10 ships. Let's move our boys into position. We'll only need our cruisers for this. Why would you fly that way? I guess you can't get too close to the sun. We still have 6 movements. It's a no casualty fight. We accept. Now also we have living ship technology, which means our ships do heal quite quickly. A bunch of other invaders. Get rid of you boys, and we can hang out over here. Nice. This is all great news for us. I think we keep the 1.1s coming. I think we will build up a defensive fleet at home now that we have a decent squad over here on the defense. We have a decent squad here on the defense. We may send in a couple of a reinforcement fleet, I think. Let's take this cruiser, who's a bit useless. We will refit it. We will make him into... I mean, we can't make him into one of my ships, so I guess we won't refit it. It's not a bad cruiser. I do wish to pressure the scientists here. I think I will. Let's get through fleet resupply as quickly as possible. I don't really want to send out this fleet just yet. We'll have a check on how many ships. We're taking a total loss on star base, our mining base over there. That one hurts. Light casualty fight on our siege fleet. And yeah, with that loss, I think we do need to fall back. But we do have fleet resupply doctrines. Let's choose a new tech. I see interstellar resupply doctrine. That could be a lot of extra ships. 10 turns, we could probably speed through that fairly quickly. Now, I would like to take this mining starbase before we dip. It is light casualties. I hate it, but I'm going to do it. We should be able to fight from this location. We don't need to fall back. And maybe we can send out this fleet to reinforce. 7 ships should be good enough. Let's fly them over here. There's probably a military starbase for us to capture here as well. 6 turns on a 1.1, or we keep going with escort frigates. I think the escort frigates need an upgrade. So let's switch over to cruiser production. A rare subspace wave is approaching. This is actually pretty good. 200 treasury gets us 100% extra moves. This is going to help our ships get around much more easily and reinforce and defend and do all the things that we want to do as a fleet. Got a trade coming in. Fleet resupply doctrines. They're going to give me a bunch of peacetime tech. That's not what we're after, and we don't want to give our opponents lots of extra fleet supply to play around with. Air flagship captain reports the discovery of a mysterious cargo container floating in space. It is the mass driver module. It doesn't tell me what the mass driver module is. I will accept your mass driver module. It is +2 to kinetics. It's okay. We'll put that on something at some point, I'm sure. Okay, we've got an annoying hit squad near New Iconia. We should be able to deal with that with one of our cruisers that just popped. That's a free kill. Take those. There is a large squad of monsters here that I think we probably lose this fight. Oh yeah, we absolutely lose this fight. How much movement do you guys have? 4? We have 20. Not a problem. We come in here, hit them with some missiles, start back over this way, pick up our ship, and we get out of dodge. Come on, hang out over here for me. That's absolutely fine. More reclaimers, please. These ships are doing wonderfully for us. And so far, so good. Continue to crank out supply ships. All right, corporate sector. They would like Starbase Defense Grid. Orbital Manufacturing. They're willing to give me a huge chunk of credits. And Xeno Hospitality. I don't think this is a good one for us. It's not a bad deal by any stretch. I don't want to lose the Harmony Crystals. I have plans for those. We don't really need them now that the Beacon of Babylon, I think, is off the table. Is the Beacon off the table? I think this is a reject in any case. I believe last episode somebody built the Beacon of Babylon, so yes. May have been a good trade for us, but we can always use those Harmony Crystals. Now we need to be a little bit careful here. We have 16 movement. 3 more moves. You guys should be okay. How much space do we have in here? We have space for maybe 3 frigates? 3 cruisers? I think this fleet is still plenty strong, but we still want to lurk on our border. We get that bonus. And then next turn we meet up with these, form a Doomstack, and go after their home world. Maybe we'll wait for Interstellar Resupply to finish, and then we go in. Now, do we have any other resources? The Phalanoids do have a base over here for Thulium. We should probably go after that. Rally the boys. Send them out over this way. We want to take as much from the Phalanoids, get their homeworld, and then we can piece them out. That's the plan. We have found their base. It's a no-casualty fight. Take it over. And we can zip back over here. That 100% extra moves. What a great deal. What a great deal. I'm going to leave that cruiser alone. He may actually help us out a little bit. And we still don't know where those monsters are, but we can scout. There they are. Let's take our cruiser out. 13 moves. We have plenty. Let's get as close as we can. Hit them. Fall back. They've only got 4 moves. 1, 2, 3, 4. We should be fine if we set up right here. Okay, we are in position with this fleet. We've got 2 escort frigates. Let's take you boys out for a minute. Fly everything into this base. Check the size of this fleet. That's a max fleet of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cruisers plus ISO Shadow. I mean, it seems fairly strong. If we were gonna go, we would go with this fleet. We do have the Interstellar Resupply coming in not too long. Send some ships to defend this. Hopefully they'll be able to hold it. It only has 9 HP, but it at least has defenses. This may be a mistake. I don't know. We'll see. Any other Phalanoid things to take over here? Nope. I think we continue to just defend. Some monsters found my crappy flagship. That's a total loss. It was a crappy flagship anyway. Bye-bye. Despite our prodigious strength compared to the Iconian Refuge, we find you have knowledge. They still want Diamonics. It's still a no. I'm not sure how they're able to do this. There's the aliens and a Phalanoid fleet. Okay. You guys... This situation just became a little bit too hot. I would love to respond to this. Let's get you boys out of there. They've got a fleet lurking up this way, and I really, really don't want to lose my cultural starbase. Maybe we can dissuade them by buffing its defenses. We would need Alarium, and we can probably afford to buy some Alarium. Oh my god, Alarium is super pricey right now. Okay, that's a no. Give me more reclaimers. Alright, your flagship discovers an ancient artifact, a mysterious object imbued with immense power. +1 manufacturing to all of our worlds seems really good in a time of war, where we're trying to produce ships as quickly as possible. How you boys doing? There's a constructor over there. You are heading into their home world. We will need to keep an eye out for military starbases. There's one up this way. We'll probably make that a priority. But while we're here, let's bombard their planet. Okay. Okay. There's a Phalanoid constructor here just asking to get murdered. I really don't want to lose this starbase. Thing is, Durantium composites doesn't really do very much. Barrier raise would be huge. An extra 100 shields is a fairly big deal. We can get 100 shields and some stuff, some beam attacks and stuff up from starbase defenses, so we'll do that. And another 240 out of advanced defenses. I think it's worthwhile. This is getting us our ascension score. That's our win con. We are losing a Durantium base. That's okay. We're going to take some hits over on this fleet. That was a pretty solid lick. Getting a lots of reports. Working with our people is good. Good. Happy to hear it. No culture. No culture. What's going on? No casualty fight. We will take that. Military starbase. That's going to give us a little bit of a bonus here. We'll also add on fortification modules. And I would love to get something else. Maybe Xalon defenses is pretty good. Sure. And that should make the conquering of this planet a lot easier. Let's fly down here. We still have moves. We've got a couple fighters, a frigate, and one cruiser on the defense. The planet does add a good amount of bonuses to the ship, but it doesn't matter. No casualty fight. Let us take their home planet. I would actually like this to be a planetary assault. We want as little upset to our approval as possible. Killing off 25% of the citizens and an extra 5% hit to the approval to shave off 4 months. It seems like it's worth. So we'll do that. 4 months. There's a Dyson sphere. If we can take that over as well before we peace out, I think we would be very happy. And we are going to make that happen. Absolutely. One of our freighters from Homeworld has been damaged by an ion storm. We will send assistance. We would like to maintain our relations as much as possible. What is the state of things? We've got monsters over here. We do have a flagship that's just kind of flapping in the wind. Let's get him out of there. Abandon that survey. We know there's an Iconian fleet. We know that there's monsters. All of these things are bad news for this. And he's a pretty decent flagship. Let's go ahead and give him extended reinforced hulls. Our probe has arrived in another sector. Continue to explore, see what's going on over here. The Drengan Empire is absolutely massive, but the Terrans stand between us and them, happily. As members of the Korath clan, we implore you to assist us in our conflict with the treacherous Liberators. You're joking. We just can't help you there. You're having trouble with the Liberators. Alright, we are sieging. Dyson Sphere is set to fall. All of our defenses are looking pretty solid. We've saved the flagship. I do still want this guy to continue his mission of harvesting Gigamass, but I would like it to happen somewhere safe. I just don't think there's much Gigamass to be had. So our option is to reinforce it with just more military and send it back out, which I might do. Just slap a couple cruisers in there, send it back out for the Gigamass. Keep the reclaimers coming. Maybe we rebuild a flagship out of Hadar Shipyard. Jorg the Round contacts you with news. A mining conglomerate has discovered a deposit of crystallized Illyrium. We could mine it all now. We get treasury, a bit of pollution. I think we'll take the wealth. +3 wealth on the ruined ring world is fine. We are hemorrhaging cash quite a lot. What can you do? We've saved our flagship. Let's see if we can get him to at least do some work over here. We're taking a total loss on the mining starbase that was very lightly defended. They'll take moderate casualties for the trouble, but that does leave them open to recapturing Claire. Our cultural starbase is getting taken out. Even though we've built up its defenses, it's still costing them ships to do it, but I hate that it happened. We will have to rebuild that. Our starbase is a direct threat to your interest, Phalanoid Advanced. I mean, it's staying right where it is. We are at war. Do you understand? Do you understand? I don't think they understand. Let's upgrade the manufacturing here. Maybe put down a manufacturing district. That'll be okay. As you know, the Eternal Clones Union have been enlightened by the way. We wish to bring you salvation by setting up shrines on your planet. This will reduce our cultural growth for a time. Our people are not interested. Sorry. We have gathered the components from the alien shipwrecks on 3 different worlds. Our engineers have analyzed the wrecks, and we have a prototype, a unique ship that are built at shipyards. We got a new design. Okay. Can we see what that design is? It is the Raptor, I believe. Experimental warship was designed by trillionaire E.G. Arms. The components used in its construction are a result of his life's work. It is just a frigate, though. What is special about this frigate? Nothing. I see it has a 50% HP because it's a prototype, and that's it. What a waste. supply ships. All right. All right. Now that fleet that took out our Ascension crystal, we're going to want to get that back. Do we still have the constructor? We do. Let's send him out to rebuild that crystal. 4 months on the interstellar resupplies. It's light casualties on our harvester fleet, which I'm happy we defended. So that's that fleet taken care of between the starbase and our fleet here. They're trying to look like build up a fleet to stop the siege here. I think it's too little too late. Keep the reclaimers coming. We still have a fleet over here fully ready to go. This is going very well. They're the monsters. That's a no casualty fight. However, we will continue the mission of harvesting dead planets. Our constructor is a little bit at risk though. How many moves do you have? 1. We have killed our constructor. Abort. Defend the constructor. Just wipe out the creatures. Just wipe out the creatures. Alright, we have taken their home world. It is mine now. Now we will take that Dyson Sphere. It's a no casualty fight, both sides against the Dyson Sphere. I don't think we can actually capture it. It has too many defenses. 100 shield, 50 armor. I feel like we should be able to take over the Dyson Sphere. We'll see. We will see. They will probably beg us for peace now, and we'll have to take another hit to our economy before we peace out. Let's wipe these guys. They bother me. Quick battle. And with 12 moves, we should be able to get back our base. Get back our communication starbase. Xenoarchaeology lab. Precursor relic. Starbase defenses and advanced defenses. Screw it. Those actually did help us out quite a lot. Reharvest the planet. We are unstoppable. Unstoppable. Excellent. This is now my bubble, and everything in it will flip to me. Can we get this Dyson Sphere? We can. We have to invade it. 3 months. In 3 months, we sue for peace. In the meantime, we will just continue to build military. We have uncovered a precursor probe orbiting Sanctum. We're not sure why it was sent here, how long it's been here, but the technology is advanced. What are your orders? We can study it. We can repair it. We get the Stargazer ship. We can sell it. I'm wondering, does the Stargazer, is it like a flagship? I think we're going to repair the probe and see what it does. Find out what the Stargazer is. It might be that it is a flagship. The Stargazer. It is a small frigate. Unlimited range. It's basically a probe with weapons. Kind of sucks. We will not be building that. Let's go ahead and reharvest more planets. More planets. And we're up to 29% of the way to a prestige victory. Coming up on the Drengen Empire. We are under siege somewhere though. What a joke. And there is interstellar resupply doctrines. We can get even thicker fleets. Flagship coming out of the ruined ring world. We will take Leo here. Have him board a ship and get out there and do some stuff for us. And interstellar resupply has finished. Extreme miniaturization is really, really good too. I think we'll go ahead and grab that while the grabbing's good. Back on New Iconia, we continue to rush out tech. Had our shipyard, can spit out reclaimers in respectable time. There's that flagship. Let's just get rid of that. Scan anomaly. Our heroic explorers have come across a precursor artifact left behind by the Arnor. We gain 25 research, and I will accept. Alright, the Zolotsi would like interstellar resupply doctrine. They're going to give me missiles, 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 and missiles. It's a bit spooky giving them that much logistics, but that's a lot of missile tech. I will accept. It's not something I typically like to do, but that's a lot of missile tech. Like our missile program just got advanced like a large amount. What do we have going on Umbraloon? We've got a space conveyor in orbit, colonization center, a research lab, and a recruiting station. Pretty good. Everybody's really, really unhappy here. As you'd imagine, we probably do want a governor. Do we have a good governor? I would say no. I would say no. I would say we've got pretty bad governors. They are not terrible. We could always give you like harmony crystals or something, but I'm not in love with those options. We may do invite leaders. Very expensive. I think we just chill. Okay, we're under siege. I thought we were going to deal with this, boys. Thought we were going to deal with this. Let's deal with it right now. No casualty fight. And no casualty fight. Excellent stuff. No contest. Let's make you into a worker. Let's upgrade manufacturing. And we wait. More reclaimers. I think we need another constructor to replace some of the ones that have went down. That seems like a fine thing for you to do for us. You guys harvest up all the planets. Our flagship has discovered a drifting Arnorian capsule inside an ancient beacon core. Gain a large research boost. Yes. They said the R word. I said yes. All right, I believe this Dyson Sphere is now ours, and we're pretty much fine to go for peace here, I think. We have space that we can put down like star bases to extend our range to prepare for the war with the Yor and retaking of Iconia. So let's go ahead and talk to them. Let's see if they'll actually give us peace. We cannot speak to them. They will not speak to us. I don't see an option up here to end the war. We may be in this war forever. And if that's the case, so be it. Let's just go after the rest of their assets. There's another military starbase there. What we should do, you're very expensive, but you're actually a pretty good governor. You're also respectable. Minus loyalty, though. 700 is really expensive, my guy. 700. I think we can absorb it. Let's make you the governor of Ombraloon and see what we have going on this planet. All right, research, decent manufacturing. We got a capital mainframe, the Hyperion Shrinker. That's incredible that we have that. That allows us to put more capacity on our ships, but a lot more. We also got access to the Giga Obelisk, and it's all right. It's pretty well surrounded. The capital city, gross income. Everybody's pretty unhappy, but they could be worse. One person on strike, and there was a lot. See, interesting. We also got a supply depot. It's a +6 supply depot. Not terrible. An industrial center. There's a prison here, which is reducing crime quite a lot. Starport tucked away in the corner, a +5. Some cash, trade networks. This is actually okay for us. The Xeno Welcome Hub, I'm a little bit meh about. We have 0 tiles to build on. The planetary generator is something that we would love. If we could put it down on this, that would be great. Do we have any stored goods? A little bit. What is your shipyard doing for us? Nothing. Well, your shipyard, I think we can make some troop transports out of. We get some troop transports or a troop transport. We'll go around and hoover up any more stuff until they come begging us for peace once again. And whenever they do, we will accept. Meanwhile, over here, we're looking pretty good. Now that we actually have a Dyson Sphere, we could potentially go in for some of these things that use energy. But I also don't see it as being super duper important. Get me another manufacturing district over here. Maybe one housing district. It's probably the best that we're going to get. We're also -7 on food. That's pretty bad. We'll put the housing district because it gives +1 adjacency. At least that's going to benefit these 2 tiles. At least. Let's come back to New Iconia. Get another agri district. And I think that's a pretty good place to end this episode. We did a good job, I think, in this war. We took over some key points. We got some good mining bases, at least out of the Phalanoids. We need to rebuild this thulium durantia mine. That's pretty important. But all in all, we didn't take too many losses. We gained some planets. We captured their homeworld. We got a Dyson Sphere out of it. Hard to be upset with this. Plus, they're on the back foot. We have way more military than them. We've got a lot of military banked up. And what we need to do now is just sort of secure this border and begin planning for our next fight. Now, we may have to bully our way in here. It looks like the Iconian Republic is getting a little bit smashed. We don't know by whom. Let's have a quick check. The Arnorians. You are at war with the Terran Resistance. The Terran are doing a number on you. How are you doing on your ships? 4 to 18. We have more ships than them. And the Terrans are very strong. Okay. You boys are going to lose this fight to the Terrans, which are going to have all of this. And we don't much care about it. My concern is... who are the Onyx at war with? Because we would love to take over the Onyx's territory. The Liberators are still in the game. That's incredible. Onyx, where are you? There you are. You're very unhappy. You don't like it. You've got some ships. You're not at war with anybody. But if somebody goes to war with you, we want to jump in on that action. It looks like maybe the Contaminant were at war with them at some point. The Onyx have also taken something over from the corporate sector. Those are going to flip back. We'll keep an eye on developments over here. But... we're starting to look at how we can get to Iconia. I still would like to take over the rest of this, but our influence growth between New Iconia and Ombraloon should be enough to just eventually win out on this system. We can start thinking about other things. I will pressure the scientists on the way out here, just so we can get through extreme miniaturization a little bit faster. Once that's finished, we'll revisit our designs with all of our new missile tech. And thank you all very much for watching. Hopefully you're enjoying this series. Remember to like and subscribe. Leave a comment down below, and we will see you in the next episode. Bye, guys.